One of the last beautiful days is finally here in Vancouver, Canada for day 2, the last day for Linus Tech Expo in 2023. So it's about 9 to 5, 55 minutes before the convention starts. And I must say, day 1 has been like an awesome experience for me. So I can't wait to see what day 2 brings to the table, to the community, and to the rest of the staff at Linus Tech Expo. As I think about what I want to do for the whole day, I'm probably gonna chill at the ASUS booth, because the lounge is so perfect that I can just talk to other people all day, probably interview them as well. I'm not sure about the other YouTubers that are visiting here. I don't know what other plans that they may have at the moment, but if I do come across them, we'll be sure that we can welcome in with good open arms and see what they have in store for the last day of Linus Tech Expo. So without further ado, let's get right into it.
Canadian dollar. It's monopoly.
We got 128. I'm actually doing a video with Corsair, trying to find people to need SSD upgrades. So this is a 1 terabyte MP600, Gen 4, 7,000 megabytes per second read, 5,700 megabytes per second write. So I wanted to give this to you.
Nice. Hey! Woo!
You did it. You did it.
This is it, day 2, LTX 2023. Given that this is the same lane time as previously, we're gonna go ahead and check out the meet and greet schedule and see who we can meet or potentially meet. All right, according to Sunday's meet and greet schedule, we got Dr. Ian Cutress from TechTechPotato, and of course, Linus. I took care of Yvonne. We're gonna interview Jace 2 cents. For those of you LTT lovers that want to just meet the staff, go ahead and check them out. You have 2 minutes to speak to them, which is all the time that you need, really. Hello.
Oh, you're the one with the Z14.
Yes, that's right. One of the few that's out in the wild.
I just mothballed mine because I screwed it up.
Oh, how did you screw it up?
I put in a PCIe 4 SSD.
Oh, yikes. Yikes.
So I did manage to have my logo on it as well.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
But the interface is so terrible.
Sorry,
Ian.
Ian. Aldrich, nice to meet you. Dr. Ian Cutress. Dr. Ian Cutress has entered the chat at Linus Tech Expo. You did leave your previous job. What was it, and what made you decide you wanted to leave?
So I was senior editor at Advantech, one of the 2 biggest tech websites in the US, nominally. That's usually what we call ourselves. My job was to cover the CPU space, deep dives into microarchitecture and semiconductors.
Oh.
And it was fun for a really long time. But the kind of death of independent tech media over the last decade has been a struggle. It's almost driven by video content as well. The marketing dollars went to video. And left Advantech, we got acquired again. Publisher took over, and the publisher had an idea of what they wanted the site to be, and it kind of didn't align with what I wanted to do.
So their editorial direction is far different than what you wanted to accomplish, right?
Yeah, it was more driven towards affiliate sales, which is a dearth in of itself.
Yeah.
And I had other people in the industry who were like, you should be doing more video content, you should be doing more consulting. Journalism doesn't pay that well.
It doesn't, no, I don't think so.
Yeah, and a lot of people say in my background I could go be an engineer somewhere and earn 3-4 times as much.
Yeah, your passion should be your purpose driven, because you want to show what you are capable of doing.
Yeah, for sure.
And especially with the YouTube space now, it's going to be hard, especially with the YouTube algorithm that's working against us.
Yeah.
That we want to showcase what anybody can do.
I'm lucky in the fact that YouTube is a side project for me. So the consulting is what I do day to day. I originally visioned it as 80-20. It's more like 50-50, but it does mean that anything I do on YouTube, I don't have to worry about the algorithms. Of course I do, I'm science oriented. I like to be optimized. So I do try and push some of those buttons, but it means I can be a bit freer and be more almost audience pandering. If the audience want to see more content in a particular direction, I can go down that route without worrying about my baseline, which is something that a lot of creators here don't have the opportunity to. They have to place
definitely.
that ground.
I don't know how many YouTube channels that you have watched previously, but if you name your top 3, what would they be?
Oh, so Serve the Home, Patrick Kennedy. He is the most vibrant person you'll ever meet, and he's actually 3 people down in the queue.
Oh, nice.
Because
He's somewhere in line.
Yeah. I'm staying at his house. I don't know why he's here to come meet me.
Oh, of course.
Wendell, a level 1 techs.
Oh, he's here. Yes.
Yeah, so Wendell's really nice and technical. He has a lot more of a Linux focus. I'm not a Linux guy, but he really does have a unique perspective.
Yeah, he's like the server heavy kind of focus on it, I believe, right? Yeah.
And for more sort of mainstream, I guess, PC World.
Okay.
Yeah, I've done a few collabs with them. Between Gordon, Adam, Elena, Brad, the whole team there, you can tell that they just have raw passion for covering this stuff, whether it's the deals, the content, or the technical stuff. And they like to bring in experts.
Yes, that's amazing.
So it's fun. A lot of media are sometimes combative. They're very collaborative, and I think that shows.
Yeah, I like the way they present it. Like, I like the way they do that because it gives us like a whole different meaning and a very entertaining way to do that.
Sure. For sure. Yeah, and Gordon and I have a little competition on who can build the slowest 64-bit computer. Gordon's winning because he used Windows Vista.
He wins.
I'm coming for you, Gordon.
This is gonna be like a round 2 or 3 that Dalton Ian Cutress is going to declare on you though. But other than that, so thank you for your time. I appreciate all that, and I love your designs here though.
So a viewer actually made this for me.
Oh, that's so awesome.
And then I asked him to do a square one. So there's an AI chip in the market that's the size of a wafer. So I had to make a square one made. I gave it to the CEO of that company, and he loves it.
So 2 designs. I like it. Cheers, mate.
Cheers.
Awesome. Cool. Thanks, man. It's not much, but it's mine kind of setup is basically all I have. Hanging out at the ASUS booth here. For those of you who want to check out the booth here, go ahead and check out their ROG Ally, the motherboards, their setups, keyboards. I'm just here rocking my Zephyrus G14 of 2021. For those of you who want to like lounge here, sit back and relax, maybe enjoy the vibes of this whole thing here. I'll be able to like hook up some attendees for like a free play of all the mini games that are here. Though my settings are minimal, I'm not gonna like waste a whole entire battery. I've managed to use like 6 hours worth of battery with the Anime Matrix lit, as well as like the screen brightness down to the minimum. It's also recommended when you go around and walk around with a laptop, put the system in eco mode so it will save your battery a ton. Set your LED lights down to 0 as well, so you don't really need all that little keyboard brightness as you walk around. I'm sure like all they want to see is the aesthetically pleasing Anime Matrix when you travel or when you just walk around the convention. Sunday at the convention is just mellow. Not a whole lot of traffic this time, except like maybe when meeting up with Linus is probably like your best bet if people are into that sort of thing, with the meeting greets and all. I did get a chance to meet with Dr. Ian Cutress. Very cool guy. He's one of the few humble dudes that I met that wants to have some good friendly competition with people such as the guys from PC World, which is like they're right over there filming at the ASUS booth. Still a whole lot of things to do, a whole lot of things to talk about, a whole lot of other booths to visit. Then I'll just like go ahead and chill at the spot, specifically just to admire, just to put my laptop here and have the whole, and to have any person that's probably gonna use their googly eyes to look at my laptop. Whoever looks at my laptop, they're probably gonna look amazed and see, and they're probably gonna ask me like the same questions over and over again, which is amazing. For an attendee like myself, it's cool to give feedback as well. It's good practice so that ASUS, if you're watching this, you should be able to pick up like the feedback that I have experienced as myself.
I can like email you the pictures if you want.
Oh, if you want, yeah, sure. I'll go ahead and you have your thing ready? That's pretty sick.
Yeah.
Surprisingly. So I guess you're playing 1080p, right? What are we looking for inside?
I think we're just unscrewing. Yeah, just unscrewing everything. We're just boxing it up again.
To put it back where it was?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's cool. You must be Teddy.
Hi, I'm Teddy.
Hello. How you doing?
Doing well. How are you?
Awesome. So you must be the last hidden code.
I am the last hidden code.
So as long as you are an Elite Rewards member, all you gotta do is just put everything in, right?
Yes.
All right, cool.
So all the codes, there is a activation key or an activity that you have to put it into, and that activity is only live for this event, and it should only be live for another 2 to 3 days. Yes.
Got it. Even after this event's over, since I'm not really working with Wi-Fi and stuff, because I'm from out of town.
Yeah, it gives you a little bit of leeway. And just to double check, are you all from the U.S. or
Canada?
U.S.
Canada.
We can try it.
Canada right
We are in Canada.
Oh, I know.
I'm from the U.S. Sorry.
He's all set. So the codes will definitely work for you.
Awesome.
Come here.
GG.
I tried to get the Canadian team to be like, hey, you should do the codes too. And they're like, yeah, we got a lot going on right now.
Oh, come on. You gotta give some Canadians some love, man.
Yeah, I know. Don't worry, you get the love. Okay.
All right, man.
You're wearing Canada colors.
All right, Teddy. Thanks for the tip.
Yeah, of course.
All right, man.
You too.
Yeah. Hello. Oh, nice.
Everything on the table was handmade with the Cricut cutting machine.
Oh, that's pretty sweet.
It can cut 300 different types of materials. So everything from balsa wood and basswood, fabric, vinyl, iron-on, paper.
That's cool. Nice.
I go ahead
Hello.
and some chips.
Wow, cool.
That compliments of London drugs.
Nice. Thank you.
Yeah, go ahead. Have some high chews. Take a handful of them. High chews, they're good. They're popular.
Sweet, sour. Oh, watermelon. Oh, perfect. Running out of pockets.
Red Bull for you?
I used to be a Red Bull fan, but what's your other one? Peach one?
Peach one, yes.
Oh, can I try the peach one?
Yeah.
Sweet.
There you go.
Cool. Thank you.
Hi. Love some Red Bull?
He's on the other side of the room trying to follow.
somebody else take mine since I already got one? All right. I found somebody to take it. Why don't you come on up here? Hey, buddy. What's your name? Marcus is going to be thrown in your place. All right, Marcus, you got this. You can be. Wait, hold on. You get the basket.
Yeah.
All right, you got this, Marcus.
Someone to take the fifth whale's throat. I think you guys should get to decide. There is one more whale attendee. Oh, he made it! All right, it looks like I'm going back into the tank. All right, here we go.
What's more into the drink for Linus Sebastian? Yeah, you made it out here. Look at him.
It says whales up next. I'm like, oh god, I'm wrong place.
Oh, sick. Got it.
All right. I think that's it for the ducks. What?
Wait.
Come on, you can't keep changing the rules.
He's wondering if he can buy a push. So, you buy a push, you want to donate more money to Extra Life for the BC Children's Hospital? All right, so how much?
Don't we have a cutoff for these things?
He's donating another $1,000 for a push.
Wow.
Shout out, thank you so much. Thank you. Well, oh my God, $100 just for free. A round of applause. Thank you so much. What? I'm putting it in my pocket. It will not stay there, I promise. All right, well, let's get this push.
You're not even sorry a little bit. Are you ready?
Okay, from what you saw, Linus and Luke just got dunked on within that dunk tank. There were a few attendees that were so generous to donate $1,000 for each attempt to donate to Extra Life, which is a pretty cool way to like give back to the community. Shout out to Linus and Luke for getting dunked on. Basically, that attendee was paying $1,000 to push the easy mode button to make sure that Linus gets dunked on, which is so hilarious. I don't think there's anything else to do to hang out other than the ASUS booth. I did get a chance to talk to one of the guys from Fractal. His name is Victor. He's in the PR department and he's actually from Sweden. Fractal showcases all the PC components made from Scandinavia and a whole lot of good looking nature / wooden vibes coming from the cases that they made. The Swedish overclocker was also featured in one of the videos from Linus Tech Tips' channel, and it seems like it's like one of the biggest bub dudes who can actually overclock a PC, and it gives you like tips and tricks on how to do one. It was cool to get your hands on the Fractal Terra case, and you can open and close without using any tools at all. All you need to do is just apply enough force to take out a part piece by piece on the case itself. Good conversations, free sweets, overall good vibes, hanging out at the Fractal booth. Which is something I do appreciate. Getting to know one staff member from Fractal. It was cool to getting to know Victor from Fractal. Fractal is a cool booth to hang out with. If you end up seeing Fractal again at a different convention, give yourself a chance to visit their booth when you can. Meet the people and they'll show you what type of products they are working on. By the way, shout out to Victor from the PR department from Sweden. I do appreciate that little conversation that we had over there. Now, it's gonna be 5 minutes till 5. We got 1 more hour and 5 minutes to kill before the entire convention closes. Here I am again, back at the booth. I wanted to share like a little bit of a charging experience on my Zephyrus G14. If you are an avid Zephyrus G14 user of 2021, keep in mind when you charge it for like 30 minutes, it'll jolt it back up to like a good 40 to 50%, give or take. If you decide to sleep on or just leave it, I don't think it matters if you just run it, keep it running or just put it to sleep. From the wall, I went from 17% to like 69%, which is nice, by the way. The ASUS exhibitors are so fixated and now so appreciative of the laptop that I just brought. Although the Zephyrus M16, I sort of missed that. Although the M16 is showcasing, I believe that it's up to the new consumer that wants to decide if they really want that little aesthetic pleasing display on the laptop, or they can like save some money and just not just get the display at all. It's totally up to the consumer. You now have options if you so budget conscious. Even the exhibitors in ASUS gonna have a little bit of fun here and there, and especially like we have a half hour left in the convention, we can just sit back, relax, have a good conversation. Should they choose to hang out at this little lounge area with all the beanie bags and that little Rubik's Cube that you just saw in the thumbnail. So the M16 is displayed, and it does have the Anime Matrix displayed. So I do appreciate that ASUS is finally showcasing off their products, the latest products here. And in case you want to know what the M16 looks like, or the specs themselves, this is what they have to offer. Yeah, we just sit back, relax, enjoy the last minutes of the convention, of the Linus Tech Expo. We have an appreciative crowd of like Rubik's Cube fans, where this is the big size of where my hands are located, and that is how big the Rubik's Cube is supposed to look like. The Anime Matrix display should not be the big deal breaker for the consumers who are interested in showcasing their laptop or a device that they want to rock on. I'm getting some feedback from the attendees who were taking a look at my laptop. Like it's basically like a dog or a pet, but it's just so flashy to the point where like, yeah, like the LED lights are so attractive enough and bright enough to the point where they can have where each person can have the time to read it, which is like a very silent nod that people will really love to see. Keep in mind, I'm not an ASUS shill. I'm only here at the lounge space just because I have a Zephyrus G14 laptop, and I decided to showcase it just because I decide so. No shilling from ASUS, just plain showcasing my product itself. No brand loyalty. I'm not gonna like side with ASUS here. The convention center is getting a little less and less crowded since it's going to be closing time. Sunday's convention is a lot mellower than Saturday's first day when the doors opened, and yeah, over 4,000 attendees, which is a very ridiculous number. As far as Sunday, I think there were like the last minute stragglers that just came in, and they wanted to see what this convention is like for them, especially if they're local. Once the convention hits at 6 o'clock, we're gonna get ready to leave. Many of us will be anyway. Gonna pack up my things and be outside of the convention center, and I'll give my final thoughts about the video. We're gonna pack up once the convention is about near closing time, and I'll give my final thoughts about the convention itself and the way I feel about traveling in general. Yeah, so that wraps up the LTX 2023 convention. And I must say, I am so impressed by the way that Linus and his whole group has collaborated with so many sponsors of his. And for a guy like me, a single guy who goes to the convention like this for the first time in Canada, I really enjoyed my time. It's been so awesome, impressive, and at the same time, I got to know a handful of people that I've talked to over the past few hours and a day, and I'm very, very excited to wait for the next one. I'm gonna wrap it up. I'm gonna see what my mom and dad are up to, however their plans are working on a Sunday. Three of us, my mom and dad, including myself, will leave Canada like tomorrow morning so we can catch our flight and go home. My parents and myself will catch our flights tomorrow morning so we don't be late to our flights, and we're gonna leave super early as we can to go back home in Corona, California. With that said, I'm gonna like relish the moments that I'm looking over of the content that I've captured. I wish I could come back this year, but but I can totally wait for a different year just to do more activities rather than just like going to Linus Tech Expo. So I'm sure there are too many things to do around here in Vancouver, but unfortunately for the three of us that have a limited time, we have to go very soon. So I want to thank you guys for watching part 2, and we'll see you in the next video. See you guys around.